Welcome back to Footy, Tripz, Terrace Tales. If you're new here, join me on my challenge to visit 50 of the world's biggest football clubs, where I rate matchday experiences at each club and give you a clear idea of what to expect when you visit. Today we're focusing on Tottenham and what a trip to North London has in store. So starting off with flights and tickets, London has about 5 airports, so it doesn't really matter which one you go to. I think Stansted is probably the closest, and obviously cheap flights from most places into London. For tickets, we got hospitality tickets through Champions Travel, so I think they cost around €170 each. Which covered all the food in hospitality. You had unlimited free food and proper prawn sandwich brigade. Then you got free drink at half time as well. Whatever points you wanted was free. You got a free program. And then obviously your comfy padded seat, seated just above the away end, which was actually a good place to sit in the stadium. There was West Ham fans in the away end the day I was there, and they were absolutely brilliant. I have to say, non-stop singing from start to finish themselves. So yeah, if you're looking for tickets in hospitality, Champion Travel, I'd recommend them. Then the stadium itself is one of the best stadiums that I've probably ever been in, and certainly one of the best in England. It holds about 62,000, and it was literally designed to trap sound in. So like the way the stadium is built, in that bowl shape, and with the wall and the south stand, it's literally designed for the acoustics to trap in sound so that the fans actually are louder. So the atmosphere is always good. Hence why they host a lot of concerts there as well, for that reason. The club shop at Tottenham, it's like going through airport security. Like you literally go through the full scanners, everything into trays. Like it's bizarre setup. But club shop is absolutely huge. I don't think I've ever been in a club shop at a football stadium that big, and they're renovating it as well, and there's going to be a tour and a museum as well. You can also walk around the roof of the stadium. We didn't do it, but around the Golden Cockerel, top of the south stand, you can actually get harnessed in and walk around the roof, which is a pretty cool feature to a stadium. But yeah, it's literally top facilities. Everything is top facilities, and there's no bad view in the ground. Like no matter where you're sat, you've got a good view of the pitch. So I'd say it's without a doubt one of the best stadiums that I've ever been in. If you're looking for somewhere to drink before a Tottenham game, we went to the Coach and Horses, which is your typical English pub beside a stadium, like carpet floors that smell of lager and plastic pint cups. But like, if you want that atmosphere before a game of, proper fans, I'd recommend going there. They actually check on your way in. If you're a Tottenham fan, you have to actually prove it. And obviously there was 3 of us, and 2 of us weren't Tottenham fans, so we couldn't actually prove it. And the doormen were like, "Yeah, he's Tottenham lads," and we're just like, yeah. And then they're like, "We've got to prove it. Have you got something? You're not wearing any colours." And we're like, yeah, geez, I don't know. And then my friend who was with us actually happened to have a Tottenham tattoo on his stomach from a drunken holiday 10 years ago. So he just flashed his tattoo, and then 3 of us went in, doorman just shaking his head. But yeah, that's where we went if you're looking for somewhere to drink. And it's right beside the stadium as well. It's only like a couple of minutes away. This is what I would say about the atmosphere at Tottenham. I would say that it is one of the loudest fan bases in England, possibly the loudest, but that comes with a criticism, and the criticism is they had no creativity in their chants whatsoever. They're one of the loudest fan bases I've ever seen, and they've literally got 3 chants on loop. It's "Come on you Spurs, Yid Army," and "When the Spurs go marching in." They were the only 3 chants that they sang, and they just recycled them all game. Now, when they sang them, They were incredibly loud, and the atmosphere was electric. But come on, Tottenham fans. Like, how have you not got any more chance? Like, Ramiro nuts one in to equalise, and no chant from him, no single chant of a current player, no single chant of a past player. I just found it fascinating. Like, it doesn't take a lot of creativity for one lad to just, come up with a couple of chants that catch on. Like, loads of clubs do it. But like, they're so loud. They've got the fan base because they're selling out the stadium every week. They've got the best stadium in the country probably. Like, it could be almost a perfect experience if they just had a little bit more creativity from the fans. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. 90 minutes, 3 songs on repeat. Like, if I was to compare Tottenham to Arsenal, for example, Tottenham fans, I found, were much louder than Arsenal fans, but Arsenal fans were much more creative. Arsenal fans had chants for probably half of the squad. So, like, yeah, like, Tottenham could have both, but they don't. So, it's about that balance. Like, you want good atmosphere and you want it to be loud, but you also want a bit of creativity in the chants. Like, at one point, West Ham fans started saying, "Shall we sing a song for you?" because they didn't have any other ones. So yeah, that was the only criticism I would say. Very, very loud, very uncreative. The fans, great fans, good crack. I was chatting to one guy at the bar in the hospitality, and he was like, "Are you a Tottenham fan?" And I was like, "Oh no, I'm just doing a bit of ground hopping. I'm actually going to the 50 biggest clubs in the world." And he goes to me, "What the fuck are you doing here then?" So like, they're kind of taking the mick out of themselves as well, which is good crack. And then, like, I was chatting to a steward. I was like, "What's the prediction for today?" And he was like, "Yo, I ducked at Tottenham, innit?" And that was a phrase that I actually wasn't too familiar with. So anyone who doesn't know what that means, Dr. Tottenham, it's basically, Tottenham have this strange, unusual record of when they play really poorly performing teams, they tend to lose. So teams who have hit a bad run of form, they go to Tottenham and they win. So Dr. Tottenham will prescribe you with a win, bounce you back. It's weird. It's a weird one. But like, if you look back at records, it is strange. Teams really struggle and play Tottenham, they win, they bounce back, and it just happens so often. So in this case, it did. West Ham, 90th minute winner, unbelievable scenes. But yeah, like, what I'd say as well about the fans at Tottenham, especially in hospitality, is a lot of tourists. We were talking to French guys, Norwegians, Greeks, and then they have actually a huge Korean fan base, obviously from Heung-min Son's time at the club. But like, it's cool to see, even though he's moved on, like, they still have a huge Korean population at every game. So yeah, it's good growth for the club as well. So to finish with a fact and my overall opinion, fact about Tottenham is that the pitch is actually retractable. So the pitch can sink into the ground, a few feet into the ground, and they can basically replace it with the American football pitch, because obviously they have the partnership with the NFL now. So yeah, that's mad. Like, just shows the facilities and the technology they have, that they can literally lower the pitch into the ground and bring up another one, which is just cool. My overall opinion, would I recommend a trip to Tottenham? Yes, I would. And I would for a couple of reasons. I would say the atmosphere is good. I would say it's one of the best stadiums you'll ever go to. And I would say Tottenham, you just don't know what you're going to get with them. Tottenham could bang 4 or 5 goals past one of the best teams in the country, or they could get hammered by a team in the relegation zone. You just don't know what you're going to get with them. They're so unpredictable, which is part of it. If you're not a Tottenham fan, obviously it's a bit more heartbreaking if you are. But if you're just going as a neutral, doing a bit of ground hopping, it's exciting, because you go to City or Arsenal these days, they're probably going to beat most teams. You go to someone like Tottenham, you just don't know. And that makes the experience even better. So yeah, overall view on Tottenham, I'd recommend a trip there. I did enjoy it, and I've no complaints. So if you're enjoying this, subscribe, share, follow, and tune in for the next one.